Hello everyone. In this video, we will discuss about one of the CPU scheduling algorithm, that is priority based scheduling algorithm. So priority scheduling is a non-preemptive scheduling algorithm. So as we know, we have preemptive scheduling algorithms and non-preemptive scheduling algorithms. So in non-preemptive scheduling algorithm, this priority based scheduling algorithm is one among them. So one of the most common scheduling algorithm in batch systems. Here, priority based scheduling algorithm, each process is assigned a priority. So priority means it looks like a rank, means we will give priorities to each and every process. So based on that priority, the process will execute. That means the process with highest priority, priority is to be executed first, and so on. Processes with same priority are executed on first come first serve basis. So here the technique is, each and every process is assigned with priority, means like a rank. So based on the highest priority, the process will be executed, but sometime the cases will arise like this, mean two or more processes are having same priority, same rank. Then how they will execute it, which process will execute first? So for that we will decide, means we will decide by using first come first serve basis. So here in priority based scheduling algorithm, again we will use the FCFS scheduling algorithm, because here some confusion is there. Two processes are having the same highest priorities. So that's why we will use FCFS algorithm for executing the process. Priority can be decided based on memory requirements, time requirements, or any other resource requirement. So here we will discuss about one example for priority based scheduling algorithm. So here we have processes, different processes are there. So here we considered 5 different processes: P0, P1, P2, P3 and P4, and those processes are having arrival times and burst time. Burst time means execution time of that particular process. So here the arrival times are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, that means sequential order, and burst time for P0 is 10, and burst time for P1 is 1, burst time for P2 is 2, and burst time for P3 is 1, and burst time for P4 is 5. So now here up to this, means up to this arrival time and burst time and the data of processes, we will use in FCFS and we will use in SJF also. So here we are using one more technique. One more technique, that is called priorities. So based on the priorities only we will execute the process. So for that purpose, here it needs the priority for each and every process. So that priority, that highest priority will decide which process will execute first. Here we are not depending on the burst time, that means shortest job first, or here we are not depending on the first come first serve based. So here we will completely based on the priorities, highest priorities. So for that the priorities will be given like this. So the highest priority is given to P1, next P4, next P0, next P2, and finally we have P3. So the priorities are given like this. Now by using these priorities we will make the Gantt chart. So Gantt chart is highly means mainly used to find the waiting time and turnaround time of each and every process. So how we will make the Gantt chart for this data? So we'll see. So here we will write like this. So already I'll put the values, because here the order is there, means based on the priority the process will execute it. So what is the order? So the order is P1, P4, P0, P2 and finally P3. So now we will take the arrival time and burst time for this Gantt chart. So P1 is started, means 0 at the time, and now consider what is the burst time for this P1. So just a minute. So this is the arrival time of P1, and what is the burst time for P1? Burst time is 1. So 1. Now next process P4 will start at 1 and its burst time is 5. So 1 plus 5, it is 6. Now at 6 the P0 will start and the burst time of P0 is 10. So that's why 10 plus 6, that is 16. Now the P2 will start at 16 and its burst time is 2. So that's why 16 plus 2, that is 18. And now P3 will start at 18 and its burst time is 1. So that is 19. So here process P1 is start at 0 and up to 1 P4 is in waiting state, and at 1 P4 will start executing its process, and at 6 P0 will start executing, and at 16 P2 will start, and at 18 P3 will start. So now the waiting time for these processes P0, P1, P2, P3 and P4 is like this. So for P0 it is 6, P1 0, P2 16, P3 18 and for P4 it is 1. So 0, 1 and it is 6 and it is P2 16 and P3 is 18 and it is 19. So these are all the waiting times by using this Gantt chart. So we will take the values like this. Now to find the values of turnaround time, we have the waiting time and we have the burst time values. So by using the formula we will calculate the turnaround time for each and every process. So for process P0 the waiting time is 6 and the burst time is 10. So 6 plus 10, that is 16, and for P1 it is 0 plus 1, that is 1, and for process P2 16 plus 2, that is 18, and for process P3 18 plus 1, that is 19, and for process P4 it is 1 plus 5, that is equal to 6. So now we have the complete data. So we have the arrival time, we have burst time, we have priority, we have waiting time and we have turnaround time. So all the values are here and Gantt chart is also there. So now by using this waiting time and by using turnaround time, we will calculate average waiting time and average turnaround time also. So the average waiting time is 6 plus 0 plus 16 plus 18 plus 1 by total number of processes, that is 5. So 6 plus 0 plus 16 plus 18 plus 1 by 5, that is 41 by 5, 8.2. So 8.2 is the average waiting time for this one. Next, average turnaround time. So that is 6 plus 1 plus 18, 16 plus 1 plus 18 plus 19 plus 6. So by total number of processes, so total number of processes are 5. So 60 by 5, that is equal to 12. So like this we will calculate the waiting time of a particular process, or the turnaround time of a particular process, or average waiting time and average turnaround times by using priority based scheduling algorithm. Thank you.